Welcome to the Recaps channel. In today's video, we'll recap yesterday. Let's get started. Jack Malik is a struggling singer-songwriter from Lowestoft where he also works at a supermarket. One day, Ellie, Jack's manager and best friend, tells him about an offer to play at the Latitude Festival. Jack is thrilled because he never thinks he'll have the opportunity to perform at a renowned festival in his city. During the festival, Jack sings with great enthusiasm. However, his performance takes place on a small stage away from the main stage. After the event, Ellie gives Jack a ride home, and he tells her that he plans to quit singing. He believes that he can never become a famous singer. Ellie is shocked and tries to convince him not to give up. Frustrated, Jack asks Ellie to stop the car and continues his journey by bicycle. That night, a brief global power outage occurs, and Jack gets hit by a bus. Ellie comes to visit Jack at the hospital and finds his toothless condition cute. After spending some time in the hospital, Ellie picks him up and takes him to meet their friends, who bring gifts to support his recovery. Ellie gives Jack a special gift, a new guitar, knowing that his old one was broken in the accident. They encourage Jack to try playing the guitar and sing a song. Jack chooses to sing Yesterday. As he sings, his friends are struck silent in awe. Ellie asks Jack how he manages to write such a great song, but Jack is confused by her question. He assumes everyone knows that Yesterday is a song by the Beatles, but Ellie and their friends react strangely when he mentions the band's name. Thinking that his friends played a prank on him, Jack searches for the band online and discovers that the band never existed in this world, as their records are missing from his collection. Confused, Jack goes to Ellie's house to confirm if she truly has no knowledge of the Beatles. After confirming that the Beatles have indeed vanished from everyone's memory, Jack has an idea. He decides to sing and popularize all the Beatles songs under his own name. The next day, Jack visits the school where Ellie works as a math teacher. He informs Ellie that he has created numerous songs. Day after day, Jack diligently practices the Beatles songs. Before heading to an event, Jack's parents ask him to sing a song for them. Jack continues to perform the Beatles songs at various events. However, one day, after finishing a performance at a cafe, Jack realizes that even if he sings all the Beatles songs, he will never achieve the same level of fame as the band itself. He becomes desperate and contemplates quitting singing. But then, Ellie arrives with news that a music producer named Gavin loves Jack's songs and offers to record them in his studio. Upon hearing this news, Jack's spirit is reignited. After completing the recording, Jack decides to distribute his albums for free to visitors at the supermarket where he works. The story of the generous supermarket employee quickly goes viral, leading to an invitation for Jack to perform on a television program. When Jack and Ellie return home from the event, Jack receives a call from Ed Sheeran. Ed expresses how deeply touched he is by Jack's performance on TV. However, Jack mistakenly believes that his friend is playing a prank and hangs up the phone. Suddenly, Jack's mother calls, informing him that Ed Sheeran is actually looking for him. Jack hurries to Ellie's house to share the news. Ed Sheeran has personally invited Jack to perform at his opening concert in Moscow. Jack asks Ellie to accompany him as his manager, but she declines due to her teaching commitments at the school. Jack feels disappointed that Ellie, who has always been by his side, chooses not to join him when success is within reach. With no other choice, Jack invites his friend Rocky to become his temporary manager for the concert. During the performance, Jack sings the Beatles song Back in the USSR. Among the crowd, there is a man who stands silently and stares at Jack throughout the concert. After the event, Ed Sheeran and the crew gather backstage to celebrate the successful concert. Ed Sheeran decides to liven up the atmosphere by challenging Jack to a spontaneous songwriting competition, giving them only 10 minutes. As Ed Sheeran listens to Jack's song, he is left speechless. He admits defeat and recognizes Jack as a superior songwriter, even though the song Jack performs is actually a Beatles song. Ed Sheeran's manager, Deborah, offers Jack the opportunity to join her label and proposes a meeting in Los Angeles the following day. Jack's family and friends throw a party at his house to celebrate his newfound fame. Ellie, who knows she will be parting ways with Jack, attempts to express her feelings to him, but Jack remains oblivious to her emotions. Shortly after, Jack's father intervenes and urges Jack to rejoin the party, leaving Ellie feeling deeply disappointed. The next day, Jack and Rocky travel to Los Angeles. Initially, Jack has doubts and fears about becoming famous, worried that someone will eventually realize that the songs he composes are actually Beatles songs. Jack begins recording the Beatles songs, and after several months, Jack Malik has become a renowned singer. Later, Jack plans to sing the Beatles song Eleanor Rigby, but he struggles to remember the lyrics. Determined to recall the lyrics, Jack decides to visit Eleanor Rigby's grave in Liverpool, accompanied by Rocky. At the cemetery, a woman secretly observes Jack from a distance, giving the impression that she knows something important. Back in the hotel room, Jack attempts to sing Eleanor Rigby once again, but he is interrupted by a call from the receptionist, informing him that someone wants to meet him in the lobby. To his surprise, it is Ellie. She comes to congratulate Jack. During their time together, Jack and Ellie enjoy each other's company. However, Ellie realizes that she can't continue harboring feelings for Jack while he never provides any certainty about their relationship. She grows tired of being stuck in the friend zone and makes the difficult decision to end their special moments. Ellie expresses her intention to return to her hometown the next day. When Jack wakes up in the morning, he feels guilty for making Ellie cry the previous night. He plans to apologize and chase after her at the train station. Unfortunately, he arrives too late, and Ellie has already left. However, Jack discovers that Ellie is still waiting for him at a cafe. He apologizes and explains that he can't accept Ellie as his girlfriend because they have been together since childhood, and he sees her more as a little sister. Hearing this shatters Ellie's heart, and she decides to stop loving Jack. As they are talking, Rocky joins them and informs Jack that it is time for him to go to Los Angeles. Feeling obliged, Jack reluctantly leaves Ellie, who is left heartbroken. In Los Angeles, Jack has to attend a meeting with the staff to discuss his new album. When the staff praise Jack's work as a miracle, he can't help but stay silent, as he doesn't feel deserving of all the credit. However, he continues with the recording process, working on his new song, Hey Jude. During the recording session, Ed Sheeran suggests changing the lyrics to Hey Dude. While in the midst of this, Rocky interrupts with a call from Ellie. She informs Jack that she is now dating Gavin, the music producer. Jack is devastated, but despite his emotions, Jack has to carry on with the recording. Rocky offers some advice, stating that if he were in Jack's shoes, he would reciprocate Ellie's feelings and honestly express his heart, no matter how busy his work schedule or other commitments are. This suggestion sparks an idea in Jack's mind. He decides to organize a concert in a very special place for both him and Ellie, where they had memorable moments together before Jack's rise to fame. Before his performance, Ellie pays Jack a visit, accompanied by Gavin. Seeing Ellie and Gavin together ignites feelings of jealousy within Jack. He reminisces about the times when he and Ellie were starting their careers, searching for stages to perform on. Recalling those memories, Jack feels remorseful for not appreciating someone as amazing as Ellie earlier on. After the concert, Rocky tells Jack that there are two people who want to meet him. These individuals turn out to be the man who silently watched him at the Moscow concert and the woman who secretly observed him at Eleanor Rigby's grave in Liverpool. To Jack's surprise, they reveal that, like him, they are individuals who still remember the Beatles. Rather than accusing Jack of claiming the Beatles songs as his own, they express their gratitude and appreciation for his hard work in reviving the lost Beatles music in a world where they have been forgotten. The woman hands Jack a piece of paper with an address, suggesting that someone at that location might be able to help him. Intrigued, Jack decides to visit the address. Upon arriving, Jack is taken aback when the person who opens the door turns out to be John Lennon. Since the Beatles never existed, John Lennon is not a famous singer. Curious about John's current state of happiness, Jack asks if he is content with his life despite not being a famous singer. John explains that happiness does not stem from being known by many people, but rather from living a life surrounded by loved ones, regardless of the circumstances. Enlightened by John's advice, Jack calls Ed Sheeran and requests to perform at his concert. At Ed Sheeran's concert, little does Ellie know that Jack has a surprise planned. When Jack finishes singing, Ellie's face appears on the stage screen. He reveals to the entire audience the truth he has been keeping hidden. Moreover, Jack announces that he will upload the songs for free on the internet. This revelation aims to ensure that the Beatles' music can be enjoyed and shared by everyone without any barriers. Upon hearing Jack's confession about the Beatles and his feelings for Ellie, the audience is initially confused since they don't understand which band he is referring to. Meanwhile, Deborah, who has heard everything, becomes angry and chases after Jack. Amidst the chaos, Jack manages to find Ellie. However, their conversation is interrupted by the arrival of Gavin, who declares that he will let Ellie go with Jack if it will make her happy. As reporters swarm Jack, he takes Ellie's hand, and they run away together, leaving behind the frenzy of Jack's fame. Ultimately, Jack and Ellie get married and live happily with their children. Jack, now leading a simpler life, begins performing at school events, singing Beatles songs that he has grown to love. During a peaceful afternoon spent together, Jack compares his current state of being to feeling like a normal human being again, akin to Harry Potter. Ellie, intrigued by his words, asks who Harry Potter is. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share if you enjoyed the video. See you again here on the Recaps channel.